As Special Agent in Charge Brown alluded to, we're here to talk about, for the Northern District of Georgia, the material that's in front of me here today. This all comes from an operation that occurred last Friday in Forest Park, Georgia, where FBI and DEA agents assigned to the HSTF arrested two men, Rico DeVille Bice, aka Casino, and David Estevan Montillo Diaz. Defendant Bice was caught fleeing from an Airbnb rental where agents were executing a federal search warrant. Bice was carrying a rubber-banded stack of cash, about approximately $4,000, but a lot more banded cash, approximately $380,000 worth, was found inside the home, along with approximately 21 kilograms of suspected fentanyl, a money counting machine, a vacuum sealer used to package bricks of illegal narcotics, and the Glock 19 semi-automatic pistol that's on the table. Because just 2 milligrams of fentanyl is a lethal amount, 21 kilograms is enough fentanyl to kill millions of people, and its street value is nearly $500,000. Diaz, the second defendant who's charged in this case, is a Southern California resident with no ties to the Northern District of Georgia. He was inside the Airbnb house when agents arrived. We believe that Diaz's connection to California is significant because we know, as mentioned earlier, the Mexican drug cartels smuggle fentanyl into our country over the southwest border. Here, the work of the HSTF in just a single night took millions of deadly doses of fentanyl off the street, denied the cartels more than $800,000 worth of drug proceeds between the cash seized and the value of the fentanyl seized, and led to the arrest of the two men who now face the prospect of life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. This is just the latest of many successes of the HSTF here in Atlanta. Some of you may recall that Special Agent Brown and I stood here not long ago to announce the HSTF's record-breaking seizure of nearly 100 kilograms of fentanyl, approximately 150 kilograms of methamphetamine, cocaine, heroin, and marijuana, and dozens of firearms, including a machine gun. The squad responsible for that seizure back in June is the same squad that seized these drugs last week. And in both cases, the fentanyl was stamped with a Louis Vuitton mark to note its high potency. Because the unit cost of fentanyl is relatively low, drug traffickers and drug dealers are mixing fentanyl into a large portion of the illicit drugs that are sold on the street here in Atlanta or over the internet. More concerning is that fentanyl is commonly mixed into counterfeit pills that are pressed by drug traffickers and then sold on the street or on the internet as legitimate Xanax, Percocet, Adderall, oxycodone, or other prescription drugs. So the seizure of these 21 kilograms of fentanyl should be yet another warning to the public that fentanyl is being mixed into almost all drugs that dealers are selling on the street or online. And I cannot stress this more strongly. If a pill or a powder or another substance did not come from a doctor, a pharmacist, or some other healthcare provider, you should assume that it contains fentanyl and you should not consume it. The establishment of the HSTF is paying dividends in and around Atlanta. As directed by the president, federal law enforcement agencies are working together as part of a single team. That's the model. But more importantly, they are supported by state and local partners. Here, for example, the Clayton County Police Department, that provide continued and critical assistance with the mission. As for Bice and Diaz, they both remain in federal custody pending detention hearings next week. The prosecutors handling their cases will soon seek grand jury indictments to hold them accountable for their alleged wrongdoing. And with that, we'll take a couple of questions as a group before breaking out into breakout sessions as discussed before.
Can you discuss how long you all have been working on this particular investigation and how these suspects, defendants, come on your radar?
For that, I'm going to yield to my colleague, Assistant United States Attorney Thomas Forsyth, who's prosecuting the case.
Thank you. This investigation is still ongoing, and so there are a lot of things that we are not going to discuss. But there have been a significant amount of work put into what happened on Friday night, what was seized, what you see before you.